Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something that's really changing how we think about what makes a university great. And we're going to do it by looking at one South African university that's making some serious waves on the global stage for its real-world impact. So, let me ask you a question. When you think of a top university, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it, how old the buildings are, its reputation, maybe a long list of famous people who went there? Those are the usual answers, right? But what if that's not the whole story? What if that doesn't really capture what a university is doing for the world today?
For the longest time, greatness was all about tradition. It was backward-looking, based on historical data and old prestige. But that's starting to change, and in a big way. The new focus is all about impact and innovation, valuing projects that look to the future and actually contribute something tangible to society.
And that brings us right to our main story. The University of Pretoria, or UP, just got this huge shout out on the world stage for being incredibly innovative. In fact, it's the only South African university to make it into a groundbreaking 2023 ranking that's all about this new way of thinking. So, what is this new ranking system anyway? Let's dive in and take a closer look at the World University Rankings for Innovation, or as it's known, WRUI. WRUI is pretty new to the scene. It was just started back in 2020, and its entire mission is to look past all those old school metrics. It's designed to judge universities on their real practical contributions to the world, what they're actually creating and solving right now. But, how different is it, really? Well, the answer is pretty different, and it all comes down to its core philosophy.
Okay, so check this out because this is the key difference. Your traditional rankings like QS or Times Higher Education, they lean really heavily on historical data and reputation. But WRUI, it's all about the future. It values brand new, innovative projects, and it's basically asking one simple question. How is this university making a practical difference in the world?
And hey, you don't just have to take my word for it. This quote from the chairman of WRUI's coordinating body just hits the nail on the head. The focus is on real action, innovation, entrepreneurship, social responsibility, not just on having a famous name. It totally levels the playing field for newer, more dynamic schools to get recognized for the work they're doing. So, what does this actually look like on the ground? What did the University of Pretoria do to get this kind of recognition? Well, it all boils down to one seriously high-impact project called Tuxnovation. Tux Innovation is UP's high-tech business incubator, and it's not just getting noticed. It was ranked 44th in the entire world in the industrial application category. I mean, that is a huge deal. So just think of Tux Innovation as a launchpad. It's a place designed to take amazing ideas and help turn them into actual successful businesses. It gives them support, mentorship, and crucially, connects them with investors, all while getting students right in the middle of this exciting startup world.
And believe me, the results really do speak for themselves. This incubator is only 5 years old, but the numbers it's put up in that short time are, well, they're kind of staggering.
So, in just 5 years, Tux Innovation has supported 60 different startups. 60, that's an average of one new business getting off the ground every single month. That is a constant engine of innovation. And these aren't just ideas stuck on a whiteboard. These companies have collectively generated over 20 million rand in revenue. That shows this model is creating real, actual economic activity. And honestly, this might be the most important number of all. Over 1,200 students have been trained in entrepreneurship. That's creating a whole new generation of innovators, a ripple effect of skills and new ideas that's going to last for years and years. These numbers are obviously impressive, but what do they really mean in the bigger picture? Why does creating an incubator like this matter so much, especially right now?
This quote from UP's interim vice chancellor connects all the dots perfectly. This isn't just about business for business's sake. It is a direct response to one of South Africa's most serious challenges, high unemployment. By creating and supporting startups, the university is actively trying to create jobs and build a stronger economy.
And that brings us to the big picture, to the main takeaway from all of this. The story of UP and WRUI is so much more than just another headline about university rankings.
Here's the bottom line. We are seeing a fundamental change in how we define success. It's a move away from a static reputation and towards dynamic contribution. It's about valuing universities as active engines for progress, innovation, and for solving society's problems.
And that leaves us with one final thought.
In a world that's facing some incredibly complex challenges that need new ideas and bold action, shouldn't our way of measuring what makes a great university reflect that reality? It's definitely a question worth thinking about.